Where I had my own sister, mfethu, who was fighting with my other sister. And when I was trying to find out what's the conflict about, and all she could tell me that don't tell me, I don't care what the other sister is going through. If you've got a problem, you know where to find her. That built me, Justice.
Mr. Patson.
Mr. Mchasto.
How's it going?
Very well, and you, my brother?
Man, I'm good, man. I see you wearing a more fire thing there.
Yeah, you know, it goes with being a more fire house. Like, you know, from back in the days, my man. Yeah.
No, I know those days. Yeah, we used to have fun. Yeah, we used to have fun. We used to travel a lot. Going to activations and meeting new people and all that, linking up with other people, you know, with Mabunda and all that, you know, it used to be an amazing thing.
Yeah, and hey, thanks to him, that man has opened a great platform to people like us, you know. Today we are here and we are where we are today, being successful young people because of him. Yeah, so shout out to him and thank you for the plug, that's Buddha. Sure.
Please tell us who you are and where you're from and what you do.
Yeah, no, just as you know, my name is Patson Mabunda. Yeah, I'm a 35-year-old. I'm a young man who was born and bred in Alexandra. Those who know it, they call it Gomorrah. You know, yeah. I'm a young man who grew up in Alexandra with a very, very, very painful and bitter childhood. You know, a young man who never really got to experience what it is to be a child. You know, the name of my mother is Sandra Mabunda. Unfortunately, my mother died 3 days after giving birth to me. And I grew up being a young man who doesn't know his real father. And yeah, I grew up in a very broken background. Yeah, I would put it in that way, you know. And growing up being a young man who doesn't know, you know, the love of a mother, the tenderness of a mother, you know. So it's like you growing up having to be matured at an early age. Yeah. So at the same time, for as much as it was painful, still is, but it was also a blessing in disguise.
So your mother died when you were 3 days old. Yeah. So you came about, who did you grow up with? Did you grow up with your grandmother or granddad?
I grew up no mamkhulu.
From
my mother's side.
Okay.
Yes, I grew up no mamkhulu. She brought me up, took very good care of me. And eventually it was in 2005 and I lost umamkhulu. And thank God, lucky enough, hence I tell you that it was like a blessing in disguise. I eventually got adopted in a Catholic church.
How old were you? It was 2005. How old were you?
I was in my teenage years, lapana kubuma 20-something. 1920.
19, maybe 19.
Yeah,
so,
I would say 19. Yeah. You know, and lucky enough, I was adopted in a Catholic church.
So you didn't have anyone who was gonna give you the support you needed at that age?
I had siblings. Okay. I had family members, but now remember, Justice, growing up in a timid background whereby nobody cares. It's everyone for himself. It's all about me and my children. You know, growing up in a background whereby, you know, mafuna into bazokutshela ukuthi ungazosirasela la. Ubaba wakho akashiyanga ibhusha la. Umama wakho akashiyanga indlu akusuku kini la. I grew up in that kind of a background. You know, where you'd have the aunties, abomamncane, telling you those things. And I mean, for a little child or a teenager, that hurts. And you can imagine what it does to you mentally. Ikunika ama-idea amaningi ukuthi kushuthi kahle kahle ngivalelwa ngaphandle. So kushuthi mele ngizibone. So lucky enough, I grew up being a boy who's a church goer. I was an altar boy in a Catholic church in Alexandra called St. Hubert's. And the parish priest there loved me so much. You know, ngikhule ngilo mntana othandekayo, if I may put it, othandwa abantu. So eventually ngibona ukuthi as in the way situation ingakhona ekhaya, nobody wants to take me in. Everyone, it's like, hey, Tina, asingeni.
Yeah.
Ay, nami nginenkinga zami. Hey, nami abantwana bami. Yabona ama situation anjalo. Looking at my siblings, my brothers and sisters, nabo they're young. You know, they're still trying to understand impilo nabo. They have to be looked after, you know. And it wasn't easy for them. There was nothing they can do. I don't blame them. So I had to figure a way out, and I went and spoke to a parish priest, and that's how I got to stay with the Catholic priest, or Father Ronald Cairns, who eventually passed on in 2001. You know, God rest his soul. He was a very, very, very good man. He was good to me, that man. And that man was like a father to me. You know, he played a father figure role that I never had ever since as a child. You know.
Yeah. So when you were growing up with Umamkhulu, how was it?
It was nice because she was like an elder sister to my mother. So she treated us like, I would say, the way our mother would treat us. It was a great experience because she took good care of us like our own mother probably would have, you know, if she didn't pass on. So, I mean, like any other household, you know, there's difficulties. You get shouted at sometimes. You get scolded at as a child. So, like any other normal parent, she would do those things, you know. So, I wouldn't say growing up with her, it was a bad experience. It was nothing but a great one, actually, instead. Yeah.
She treated you guys as
her own.
Yeah.
As her own, yes.
So, your siblings, how many siblings were they? Are they now?
I've got 4 siblings.
Okay.
Yes. I've got 4 siblings. I'm the 5th one.
Are they all your mother's kids?
Yeah. Same mother.
So are you the last born?
I'm the last born, yeah. Just sometimes in terms of chela, you know, I've learned as I grow ukuthi you don't happen to life. Life happens to you. And it's a matter of how and how you want to take it. Sometimes, for you to be a great person, you need to be treated like a rough diamond. And that's where I got to know. It's not that basically lento be pleniwe and I'm suffering.
Maybe put the mic a little bit.
This was for the.
Yeah.
It was for the openness of my greatness. Because till to this day, I believe I was born to lead. I was born to be a leader and not a follower. So, that is why ubona nezinto engizenzayo. They turn out to be so great. Because instead of me sitting complaining, I've decided to turn my tears into gold, my scars into my money, into my future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some of the bad things, when you guys were teenagers, what are some of the bad things that happened between you and your siblings?
The worst thing that has ever happened, which till to this day, it comes to haunt me from time to time. Each and every one of us, be it you are a male or female, you've got that little person that comes and visits you. I tend to be grateful to the young boy that carried me till to this day.
Yeah.
And to the man that I am. But that boy suffered. Because at the age of 13, that boy was kicked by his own brother. He was basically beaten up by his own brother, close to death. And that boy lost one of his kidneys. And that boy accommodated and homed and carried the man that you are talking to today, a 35-year-old.
Sure. Yeah, ne. Ash, bra.
So hence ngikutshela ukuthi ezinye izinto mazenzeka kuwe. Izinto zinokwenzeka justice. Uzubuza uNkulunkulu uthi uNkulunkulu ngenzeni kahle kahle. Ngazondeka kangaka ngenzeni. At that time uNkulunkulu akakuzondi. Uzama ukuphaphamisa because at that time you're like a rough diamond. And he's busy, cutting you. He's busy trimming you. And when the time comes, polish and you start shining. When you start telling the story, how the process went, it all feels like, it's a lie. It's a dream. And that is why today you've got the great people that you see. That's the thing. People don't understand. Which will always give you the nice story of success. But they never ask themselves, but since there's a nice story, Lomuntu has made it, what's happening behind? And that is why they say, don't live in your past. You move forward. Angithi ayibona ne-ambulance injani? Yeah. I-ambulance injalo. I-ambulance phela ibona imihlolo. It carries a lot. Ambulance, sometimes it carries dead people, but yenzani? Ikhala iya phambili. I-ambulance, it can carry umuntu ogulayo ubone delo umuntu uyafa. Mara ishaya ama-siren iyakuphi? Iya phambili. Consistency. Iyozifika esibhedlela. Same thing with me and you. We go through the most, but in that most, we go through it isilibele siya phambili. Because isikhathi sokuma asikho empilweni justice. It's either you live or you die. You make or you break. It's survival of the fittest. Isikhathi sokuthi uzohlala uzifilele sorry, mina The world won't care anyway, even if you said mina. If I said and be like, oh, shame me. Nobody cared.
You saw it with your siblings.
I saw it with my siblings. If it can be done by your own family, why should you suspect abantu bangaphandle? Why should they treat me bad?
What were you expecting them to do?
I was expecting love, justice. I was expecting understanding. I was expecting, for them to be able to reach out, to say, okay, fine. They probably had a better experience of suffering better than me. And now that I'm suffering, I was expecting them to say, they can say, you know what, Ntwana, we are here. But it was unfortunate that they were never there. Instead, they showed me the roughness yomhlaba, which the world doesn't care.
And you are being showed by your own sibling.
My own blood. Put aside sibling, my own blood. Because the same blood that moves in these veins is the same blood that moved
in their veins.
In my so-called brother, who recently told me that, he's not my brother.
Yeah?
Yeah. Nkuluma into ya, today as we're shooting, nkuluma into ya 2 days back during the week. So,
yeah,
all I'm trying to say, ukuthi la kusemhlabeni akusuka mamakho la ukuthi ucabanga umhlaba uzokhawukela. No, you gotta be tough, you gotta be strong, and you gotta keep it all inside. When you hear about it, there's men who are suffering, people tend to think good men are suffering. There's men out here who suffer from serious traumas that get visited by little boys. And that little boy, that little Patson visits me from time to time, but I have to try and also nurture him, because when I was young, he tried his best to protect me, to nurture me.
Do you think, is that a reason why some men are abusive today? Because they're taking out their anger on their kids, taking out their anger on their wives, taking out their anger on their girlfriends.
Exactly,
or any
Justice.
Because of they're caring a lot.
Exactly, Justice, because you look at it.
They're having scars. Some scars are polile, but sometimes when you're having a scar,
the itchiness comes.
The itchiness comes.
And when you scratch it, what happens? It opens. Because remember, one, you suffer from a trauma, yokungabi nobaba. You suffer from a trauma, yokungazi ukuthi uthando yini. How will you be able to love yourself? You are bitter.
And if you don't love yourself, you can't love
you are angry.
The next person.
Yes. Ngizokuthanda kanjani? It's like if I tell you the story of my pain and you've never been in pain, how do you relate? You can't. You don't know what is pain. You've never experienced pain in such an extent. So, hence, I was lucky. I was brought up by a man's man who's a Catholic priest. And he taught me, I remember one day he said to me, I don't hate you, but I'm going to teach you how to become the best man. You will be a man's man. You'll be a man who conquers himself. But I was young by then, I didn't understand. I thought the man hates me. But today, man is beggar. I see that priest, wherever he's resting, he has made a good man out of me. And I'm proud. I'm proud to say it boldly and loud. I'm proud of that priest. You know, I'll never even have a father like that ever again. Because today I've turned out to be a young man who's not abusive. He saved me from that trauma yokuthi ngicine ngiba abusive towards abanye abantu. He saved me from that trauma yokuthi ngibe bitter. Instead, I've learned to accept and I've learned to see good things empilweni. Even when something is bad, I don't see it as bad. I see it happening for my own good. And that is why I'm able to have consistency in a perseverance.
Sometimes when you, obviously, your mom died when you were 3 days old. And I'm sure they've showed you her pictures.
Yeah.
Do you sometimes feel like, yo, ma, I wish you were here?
Justice, I've felt that all my life. I feel it till to this day, in fact. And at the same time, as I tell you, my brother, I'm grateful. Ngoba, growing up, I used to be a child who's, instead of seeing the positive, I would be angry. I remember when I was doing grade 11, I got my license, my driver's license. And I was so upset at God. I was so upset at my mother. Here I am with students who can't even get their driver's licenses. Today I got my driver's license, but I've got nobody to celebrate it with. I've got nobody to run to and be like, yeah, hey mama, I got a license, or timer, I've got a license. So there comes those moments where you miss your mother and be like, yeah, mara, hey, umhlaba sometimes so cruel. But unfortunately, like so mama, you need to go to It's the harsh truth. Umuntu would be like, but yeah, why should you say that? This is painful. Unfortunately, we're in the world of pain. And you got to be unfortunately, sometimes. Because trust me, nobody's coming to save you, Justice. Nobody. That's the real truth that we all have to face. And that truth has to be told. Nobody is coming to save you, guys. Nobody. I'm very fortunate. As much as, yes, it's painful and all, but I'm fortunate, Justice. Do you know how many young people wish to do what I do? The platform I'm sitting in right now, you think this is a favor for me to be interviewed? This is a blessing, my man. There's people who wish to know the people that I know, like yourself. There's people who wish to know you and ask themselves, how do I know you? Then you want me to sit here and complain. I haven't got time for that. I'm blessed, Justice. I'm highly favored. I'm successful. I always told people that I'm the next millionaire. I might not have $1 million now in my account, but I live my life like that $1 million is present because I live in the present tense. I haven't got time to live in the past tense. I speak positive things. I live positively. I'm successful. I'm blessed. I'm highly favored. I'm a millionaire. It's life just because of why I'm alive today. I'm alive. There's someone dying right now as I'm talking to you. There's someone about to lose their marriage right now. Yes, I lost my mother. It's not nice. It's not funny. It's painful. I would have loved to have experienced the love of a mother. I would have loved to treat old lamb like the way they do. The way abanye abantwana bathengela bomama bama present. I wish I could have done that. But who knows? If my mom was alive, what would have happened? I probably could have turned out to be a junkie. Probably could have turned out, you probably wouldn't have even known me. Probably mhlambe ngebe sengibambe inkunzi kayi-5. Probably ngebe senginezandla ezigcwele igazi, maybe zama life ayi-20. You never know. And that is why ngitshela ukuthi even when bad things happen to me, I don't see them as bad things. I see them happening for my good. Because look at that. Would I be sitting here mhlambe today if my mother didn't pass on? Maybe I wouldn't be here. So, as much as it's painful, ngizibheka with an open and positive eye. I'm going far, Justice.
Smart. Yeah.
I'm going far. And that is why ngitshela ukuthi I've turned my curse into a blessing. And these are my blessings. How many people wanna work with DJ Sbu? How many young people? I'm one of the most highly favored. How many young people want to work with Justify? I'm one of the most highly favored. Yes, it's painful, but I use my pain to build me. And so I'm basically also teaching nabanya bantwana. Don't allow your pain to destroy you. Allow it to build you. See something positive in that pain that you're going through. Try and find something positive.
The entrepreneur inside of you, when did it start?
It started in 2015 when I first discovered Imofire. I saw my video got DJ Sbu. This is how DJ Sbu got to discover me. I saw these videos, and in 2015, that's when I lost my job. I was working for a company called Plus 94.
What is it? Oh, well, don't tell me.
Yeah. But anyway,
why did you get fired?
I didn't get fired, but the contract expired.
Oh, okay.
My expired, at that time, life was okay. I had it all. And 2016, I gave birth to my firstborn, and I lost it all. At that time, that was the time when I lost it all. I had nothing. But like enough, being into honestly, I save the timing span.
Yeah.
And I saw this opportunity on Mofa, and I was like, I can do this 10 times.
So when you lost everything, did your siblings come through for you?
Nobody came through. No family member, no friend, no baby mama. Instead, I lost it all. Lost my baby mama. Thola bangqono angishiya.
Hey.
Angiqala phansi. I remember when I started Emafethi yazi. Hey, when I look back, yabona uSbu ngiyamncanya. I love that brother. Sbu ngiyakuncanya wherever you are, Grootman. I remember Sbu telling me when he started Massive Metro, he was like, your story is similar to mine. I remember starting in a room, one room, Alexander. Empty.
This is sparkling.
Empty.
Yeah.
On the floor. Ever felt I once slept on the floor?
Where was that?
Alexander. Yeah. I lost everything from furniture. Remember Nomtana no baby mom. How
did you lose it? Like, did you sell them?
I didn't sell them. Remember Nomtana no baby mom. Sekuyaqatshwana ungithole nginayo yonke into. Ezami. Akusezakhe ezami.
Yeah.
And now sekunomntwana. Makunomntwana umntana umfana. I'm thinking, lo sekayahamba. Umntana ukudla uyokubekaphi? I have to give away the fridge. Umntana uyolala. I have to give away the bed. I came from umbedo. I started on an empty room.
From scratch?
Yeah. Ngiqala phansi. I remember my first buying ngiqala ngokuthenga ibhavu. Ibhavu lokugeza. Yeah, Skotlolo South Club. Ka 80 rand ko Pan Africa. Komakuleng.
Yeah.
80 rand. My first saving was 80 rand. Mina ngiqala ukuthenga isimo fire nge-6 pack. In a matter of 6 months, ngaqina sengina about 6,000-7,000. Waqala sekangibona ngihamba ngigijima nabo DJ Sibu sengiqala manje sengibonakala abantu bangibona ema-videoini saqala ufuna ukubuya. Started everything from nothing.
And manjalo nje. Yeah. Once bakubona, sure brother. Once bakubona nabo Sibuda.
Yeah.
Once bakubona nama celebrity. Once bawubona.
They think you've made it.
Yeah. Now they want to come back. They're going to call you. They're going to send you a message. Say, yo, I was just checking up on you.
Yeah, so young check all of a sudden.
Check.
And that is why I always tell people, Luguti, don't try and look rich when you know that your pockets are empty. Don't impress abanye abantu. Rather let people have the impression go down next. It's okay. That's how I live my life till to this day. And that's why I'm making it.
Dude, how did you fight mentally?
Just this mentally, emotionally, it wasn't easy. I once suffered from depression. Depression, it's real. And I laugh when everyone sits and laughs and think, good, it happens to celebrities. It happens to the best of us.
All of us.
All of us.
Doesn't matter.
I don't care who you are.
You're rich or poor, you're black, you're white.
Depression
you're
is
skinny
real.
or thick, you have muscles, is okshaya.
My brother, it's real. Iba worse when it gets to what we call manic depression. It's the worst, which my mother suffered from. You lose your senses. You can sit here and ask me tell me you are Justice and like, who are you? I don't know you. My friend, it's Temba. That's when manje yonkinto you're losing it. Thank God. I'd never got to that. I used to be very emotional. I used to be very unsocial. I used to be, remember, depression is anger. You understand? When I choke I used to be that person. To a point that I ended up not having fear, Justice. I remember where I used to stay in the Catholic Church, Lapane Pen, there's taxis there. And when the priest was always trying to drive out, it would be a problem because of the traffic. But once I would step out of the car, each and every taxi would move because they would know, Guna lentwana ihlala lapana, and this boy akadlali. This thing, it killed me in such a way that I ended up not having fear. I was not scared of the metro cops. And this guy would fear for my life, would be like, people are going to kill you because you go out and you're reaching out and it will be like, we're teaching you these things. You know, you need to be kind. Remember, you're staying in a church, you need to be kind. And I was like, no, when people do wrong, then they must get what comes their way.
How did you fight back?
I was so bitter in such a way that sometimes I would forget with the people out there, they carry guns. What if uzam chiftisa lo muntu umshaye or ushaye imoto akaphuma khipha isibhamu, and that wouldn't exist in my mind. It's like I was going emotional.
Depression, how did you fight it back?
Thank God there was this doctor called Dr. Sivis.
Medical doctor.
A medical doctor. He's old now. A very good doctor. And this priest had to write me a letter, writing to him, telling him all the symptoms of what he sees about me. Sometimes I wouldn't go out for supper or breakfast. You understand, I was bitter and
yeah.
And the doctor, he was like, these are symptoms of depression. This guy is broken. I even had to get counseling.
From the church?
From the church. I had to go for sessions, you know?
Yeah.
To a point that there was one time where I felt like, God, it's cruel. There was a time where I was so angry at God.
Yeah.
Am I ever gonna make it?
Bro,
why me?
Why your siblings? While your siblings were there.
Instead, my siblings would know me when they need help. Mabafuni mali, they would know me.
They had houses.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
You know, but they would never even come and visit me at the church. It's like when the church said we'll take him in, it's like they were saying, "Ah, wahamba umthwalo, siyabonga."
Your own blood.
Yeah.
Like, why?
And when I made it, I graduated. I remember there was only one brother of mine, Gilbert. He was the only one who came to my graduations.
The rest, none.
None. And thanks to him. Where I had my own sister, Mfethu, who was fighting with my other sister. And when I was trying to find out what's the conflict about, and all she could tell me that, don't tell me, I don't care what the other sister is going through. If you've got a problem, you know where to find her. That built me, Justice. Someone who's watching this podcast would swear with information about sharing before.
Yeah.
And trust me, none.
So you thought of that?
That's how I thought. Just recently when my brother told me that's how I felt. Even now, you're ill-treating me just because of.
When your mom died, well, obviously you couldn't see, you couldn't hear. You were very young, right? You grew up. Did you guys were staying at some point? Did you guys stay with your dad, or maybe he wasn't around?
Tamalami angilazi. The only time I saw my so-called father, my father died from cancer. The only time I saw him, it was when he was in a coffin.
Before that, you didn't know him?
I don't know him, because, if I see you in a coffin, do I know you? Do I know how he looks when he's angry? Do I know the feeling of being taken by a father when I was doing grade R? I don't know the man, my man. I don't know him. When we say you know something, I can tell you something about more fire. Because I know it from the beginning. I know the history. I was there. I know, I've experienced. I don't know the man. I know his sister, yes, who's my auntie, a very nice woman. But at a certain extent, nobody cares because it's all about me and my children. That's how everyone lives their lives.
Do you guys share the same dad? Or maybe you guys have separate dads?
No, we share the same dad. My siblings were lucky to, probably they had an experience of being with the man, I don't know. And at the same time, it sounds very rude, but I don't care because I don't know the man.
Sure. This is very painful.
I understand.
Like, I can only imagine how you fought mentally. Like,
it wasn't, till to this day, it's not easy, Justice. It's not, and it will never be easy. I don't want to lie to people and tell you, no, it's not. Remember, in the process of life, Mahamba, at the same time, with all this pain that you've got, people betray you, pusha, and all that. I always say to people, I'm grateful to people who never wanted to help me. I'm so grateful because of Labo Bantu. If they helped me, I wouldn't have seen the full potential of who I am.
So they built you.
They built me. They made me. That's why I'm telling you, when bad things happen, they're not happening to me, but they're happening for the good of me. That's what I mean. So people get upset. That beast that lives in here, it's a caging. And you must remember when that beast comes out, it's what sets a bone or manga namali bang treat us so, or mang paisega bang so yahlanipa, so papamili. Papamili. So yegelan kwatela abantu abantu mabakuvale lungakwati. Be grateful because they helping you to discover your full human potential. I can do this, I can do that. Because if bangakvaleli, how are you gonna see what I can sell this water? How are you gonna see that I can communicate with people? I can connect with people. I can make people understand. You understand?
Do you think, I'm gonna say a statement, just tell me if you agree with me. The enemy of black is black.
100% I agree with you. The enemy of black, it's black. Because it's showing a system, and that's why we've got what we call self-hate. Pela me hating you, me, revengefully acting against you, it's self-hate. It's self-hate. Why do I say that? The enemy of black, it's black. Look at how we classify each other right now. We suffer from what we call self-escape mechanism. That's how they call it in psychology. A lot of people have got the self-escape mechanism. So now I cannot face myself as I am. So in everything that I have to do, somebody has to be the reason for the blame. I don't know if you're young. Yeah. Somebody has to be a reason for the blame. But now, if you looked at yourself as you are, have you seen a black person who knows biggest spilling and say, I'm a liar?
Nope.
Yeah?
Nope.
Just make that example. Send someone and say, look at yourself in the mirror. You are a liar, and go tell yourself that you're a liar. I want that person. I bet them 100 rand now. It's not easy to face yourself. And that is why we suffer from the whole thing of not being able to face our fears. We are fearful of ourselves. And being fearful of ourselves, that shows you how determined, how strong, how powerful we are. Other people have seen that about us. And they were like, we don't want them to discover that they are strong, they are powerful. Let's steal that information of their powerfulness from them.
When I listen to your story and I can hear you saying you don't get along, or maybe your siblings actually, they don't get along with you, because I know you get along with them, right? Why there's this thing as if like the black family is being broken into pieces? Because this is deeper. Like, we can't blame it on technology. We can't blame it on certain things. Why is it? Is it because of generational curses? Because if you don't get along with your siblings, there's no way your kids are going to get along with their
kids. Yes.
It's something else.
That's my daily worry. That's my daily worry. Because remember, we're living in a world where you never know what happens. I'm here today. Tomorrow I might not be here. I might be here today, but I'm not going to be there for the rest of my life, probably for my son's life. I might be there probably for the next coming 30, 40 years for him. Maybe Martina 40, Mhlambe, God remembers me. You know, God forbid. But just as to be honest with you, it does go with backgrounds. The manner in which we are being brought out or brought up, it matters. How you bring up your child, it matters. It matters. Can you imagine how it feels for me? I don't know the love of a mother. At least they had a chance, Bona, with already libera. But the least you could do was to transfer the same energy that you got from her to me. The least you could do was to teach me the things that she taught you.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But no, you felt like when I impilo, it's not being fair to you. As much as you lost her, I lost her. But you are better because you had to have an experience with her. You know her voice. I know nothing. So now you sit and look. Life is unfair, go. And it will never be fair anyway. So that's why I can't sit and complain and say life is unfair. To who? If it be unfair, it be unfair, go.
Yeah, ne? How many kids do you have?
I've got 2 kids.
How would you feel if they had to do the same thing that your siblings did to you?
And
you're still alive, by the way.
It would break me. I would feel that I'm a failure because I would have not protected them from that line or that road that I went through. So my vision, my aim is to protect them from what I went through, for them not to go through it. And not just them. Nabanya bantuana out there. You know, there's a lot of people who look up to me.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm building, Elifiniam. I'm building history, and I hope that it will be better history that will leave people wanting to know, Oguti, you know, out there, be it you're broken or not, you can make it to become a better person.
Do you think what happened to you is a result of parents not being together in one house?
It's a result of blessing instead. It's a result of blessing.
So
because
you are saying before the blessing, there has to be something that's not looking good.
Yeah.
So for the kids to be blessed, the parents might do other things otherwise.
Yes.
Like because separate or divorce.
You look at it. Umntana makazalwa. I mean 99% it's bound. Umntana makazalwa. It's either after sekazelo. The parents separate. It's like lo mntana is chitho. But you look at lo mntana lo, as much as uzoti, it's like umntana makazalwa is chitho. That child, it's a blessing. Look at 99%. Yamachita makrotmana abo sister. Labesbaziyo fanda. Go back to them and ask them. How did they make it? Their parents abanye, they lost their parents abanye, their parents separated abanye, bashiya ubaba bashiya balamba. But ubaba nemali. So before a blessing, there has to be a curse. Look at 99% of the people who never had to experience life curses and come back to me, tell me if they're making it. Go and research. 99% intwana is intelligent. Moja imamela lentwana is slim, blind, ukhulumela English, any scientific English uyizwe na udale out here ring.
So you're saying the end of generational curses, it's the beginning of blessings.
Exactly. You look at all my curses, if you want to call them curses, and you look at where I am right now. You don't expect someone, I mean, you're sitting there, just look at it, you're sitting there, you're baffled, and be like, my man, how did you survive this? By God's grace and God's blessing. This is a blessing sitting here. A blessing. If I could not be warned by a curse, I'll never be cursed ever again. Never.
Went through the most.
Mina mfethu. Mfethu. Ngumavula indlela bayivalile. Hayi. Mina ngumavula indlela bayivalile Justice.
Bayivalile,
yeah. Thina mfethu sabantu abathelwa mfethu ngizothini sathelwa ngentelezi yempumelelo mfethu. Sithemba nala kunganathemba. Mina I'm one person ngithemba nala kunganathemba khona. Ngibona ukuthi la kuthembeki but ngibe nethemba. And I'll get to the other side. Ngoba ngachelwa ngentelezi yethemba. Sithemba nanoma ngingasathembisi. That's why. Because I always say one prayer in my life. Yeah. Ngithandaza uNkulunkulu wabanye.
Maybe bring the mic.
Ngithi uNkulunkulu wabantu. Nami uzungikhumbule ngelinye ilanga. And God has remembered me many times in my life.
You know, I believe you because with the work that you're doing for More Fire, well, with More Fire, it's amazing. It's amazing. I don't want to lie to you. Like every time when I think of you, like I remember when we used to be at Massive in Rosebank, you would tell me that you're still pitching to garages to sell More Fire. I mean, like a lot of people, they don't even know. Some of the garages that they buy More Fire from, they don't know that you're the supplier.
Exactly. So you look at it, my brother. Yes, it is painful. Yes, there is dark days. Yes, there will be days when you feel like you don't want to make it and you're not going to make it. Yes, there will be rainy days. Yes, there will be days where uvalelwa ngaphandle. But it's a matter of a mindset. How you wire your mind. The manner in which you wire your mind, it's what will determine whether you make it or not.
Thoughts become things.
And that is why they say billionaire thinks faster. Millionaires think a bit slower. And most of us think very slow. Because why? We take time to execute. Ezinye izinto execute. uNkulunkulu uzoyenza iplan phambili. God won't give you, but God won't give you a challenge. Yes, God gives challenges to the best of his soldiers.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those soldiers. You look at Abu Swu. How many times has he been ridiculed? How many times has he been criticized? How many times have you been criticized? Hey, Justice can't be a podcaster. Yes, Justice must be retrenched. People don't know that history. They see you now as justified and they think it just boom had happened. No,
they don't know. They don't know.
There was pain behind this mic before it existed to be in this stand. A lot of money has been lost. Unokiwe, ushayashayiwe, udisappointiwe, ubetrayiwe.
If people know.
Yeah, for the fact that you don't talk about that doesn't mean that justice doesn't have pain. I just want to show you how pain goes. In what you've built, there's pain also. But when we look on the other side of the camera or the screen, we see success. But there's sacrifice, there's sweat, there's tears, there's sleepless nights, there's poverty.
Bread.
The fact that Justify doesn't talk about that, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist.
With water.
Yes. Yeah, the fact that I shout more fire 10 rand, it doesn't mean that I don't go through pain. The fact that I shout more fire 10 rand, it doesn't mean that I don't have history to write. I'm busy right now, my man, compiling a book called Converting a Stone into Cash. And I'm telling the same history that I'm telling you right now.
I think that story, I know what happened.
Yeah.
We were in Mamelodi.
Yeah.
When Buddha sold a stone.
Yes.
For 5 rand. A stone. You can literally sell anything.
Anything. And I learned from that. And that's when I also started selling a stone. I started selling an empty can of Mufai. I've got videos. They're there.
You can literally sell anything.
Basically, Justice, every day you are selling.
You are selling. You are selling.
You're creating yourself every day. What do you think this is right now? Then you want me to sit in my life and look at cases and be like, Ah, Baba, I'm blessed. Baba. The work that I'm doing, Baba. Hey, Baba, this work is not for the weak, Baba.
Yeah.
Hey, Baba,
how many garages have you approached?
I've got close to about 20 garages.
No, I mean like the ones that you approached in total, including the ones that you have contracts with.
It's 20. In total, it's 20.
You've approached 20.
Yeah.
They all agreed.
Sealed.
Giving them more fire every month.
My man, guys, I'm the next millionaire. I'm here to stay. And nobody can even convince me out of what I'm doing. It works for me, man. It works for me. Yabona anyone who's ever told me, hey, so guess what you pelelapi, hey, ngokutshengisa imofire. Ngithi I'm the next millionaire.
I mean, like they're all gonna keep on talking.
Yeah. And I'm still standing. And I'm proud, Fuji. Let me tell you, guys, I'm not promoting any brand or anything, but what I would say is I'm proud of Mofire. Mofire has made me. I know this is the truth that people don't want to hear. Mofire has made me. DJ Sbu has created me. DJ Sbu has built me. DJ Sbu was a big brother that I never had. People didn't know this. Today Nizoli is It's not a joke. I don't mean like biological. But I'm that young man that he groomed. He built me. He made me. Mofire grew me. I'm the big man that I am because of Mofire. I'm the successful young man that I am because of DJ Sbu. He taught me a lot, that man. So sometimes give credit where it's due, and that is why I'm unable to see cases in my life.
All you see is blessings.
Blessings.
All you see is light.
My man, I'm surrounded by people like Justify. Which one is this one? What do you think this is? I'm blessed, my man. I'm blessed, but I don't want to lie to you. Yes, it's painful. How do you think other people like Abuntlantalax would have made it if they didn't go through pain? Abu Penuel, the Black Pen. How do you think they could have made it?
We went through the most, man.
You look at the most. My man.
Abu Junior Kanye.
Junior Kanye.
Abu Jabupule. Oh man. Oh my word. Yes.
You look at Abu Solimanga. Abu Zola. You name. My man, I can sit here and name the most.
There's a lot.
Yeah, Abu Skim GP. All these people. And we get inspired by all these people.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. The story behind the scenes, people don't know.
Exactly.
They always see the end product.
You understand?
Yeah.
So today I'm glad because people tend to know ukuthi now you know the real person ukuthi ubani lentwana leyo ntwana uPatson. And this is Patson. Today you know who's Patson. Yimi ke leyo ntwana leyo. I'm that boy who turned his curse into a blessing, his scars into his money, his tears into his happiness.
I wish I can ask you how much you make him per month.
Yeah, Leo, I will not disclose. All I can say is I'm building.
Yeah.
I'm building. I haven't made it as yet, but I am gonna make it. I am a millionaire. I'm not going to be. I am a millionaire. You listen to all my words. I speak in present tense. I speak in the now.
As a man thinketh, so he is.
Yeah. They say fake it until you make it. Walk like a millionaire.
Dress like a millionaire.
Dress like a millionaire.
Talk like a millionaire.
Talk like a millionaire. Because what you say with your mouth, it's what builds a home in your brain.
There's power in the tongue.
Yeah.
Life and death lies in the power of the tongue. If you say you're poor, you're going to be poor. If you say you're rich, you're going to be rich.
Because your mouth is what sends a message to your ear sends a message to the brain, and when it gets to the brain, it builds a home.
You attract what you say.
What you get, it's what you attract. That is why I power of attraction. You are busy into ifuna. Awucabangi kuphela. Uyayibiza mayiqali yakhe ikhaya la ekhanda la ufake spine. Spine. That is why abantu ababhaya they don't make it. Motivated today ngoba naku no justify. Kusasa manje ku justify what happened. And that's what Sbu taught me. That I'm showing you the road, but I'm going to leave you along the road. And you have to run the race. And it's up to you. I've given you the plug. It's up to you. Sometimes we don't tell abantu. Somebody helps you, you make it and all that. And then you're like, no, I made it myself. We don't tell people the truth. Yeah. You know, you know, I want to say this now while I'm still connected to Sbu and while he's still alive. He was a great blessing in my life. Junior Kanye, he's a blessing in my life. Abochabupule. Those amakrotmani eng mixenabo and who managed to build me. People don't know that I'm connected to Junior Kanye. That Khotmani has built me. People don't know I'm connected to people like you. They don't know that you groomed me. It's not about age. It's all about a mindset. How you connect with people. And also all about being humble. Nobody wants to deal with a douchebag, Buffett.
A lot of people, they're not humble. They're not willing to learn. And that's what destroys a lot of people's potential in doing big things.
In despises I.
People always think that they know.
Yeah.
They know. And if you think that you know, you're always going to be stuck in the system.
Yeah, but all the time. I'm in a process. I'm learning. I'm learning.
Be willing to learn.
Yeah. And be willing to admit. People need to know who helped you. Asekele nukhuluma abantu blind. People need to know that you helped me when being with justice is justified sitting there. I didn't just have a relationship with you. You had to help me. There's times I would come to Massive Metro and cry, hey, Justice, I need transport. Hey, I need to go there. I know, I'll see what to do. In the days of you, I was Stefan.
I was OV.
I used to come and cry to you and Stefan. This is the history.
Yeah.
Justice, I'm trying to get hold of Swu. I can't get hold of him. Please call him for me. Tell him I'm looking for him.
Yeah, ne?
And you'd use your own airtime. Hey, my man, I found that man, but now he's very busy. Just try and do 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'd get hold of Swu.
The power of relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah, you help one hand, and that hand can help you 5 times more.
No matter how much money you've got, my brother.
Because imagine if I just gave you a cold shoulder, and I was like, nah, man. And then tomorrow you become a billionaire, and then you need help.
As Lentic Bonison, Justice.
Yeah.
No matter how much money and intelligence you've got. But if you lose men in your cycle, even your money, it's useless.
Patson, thank you so much, man, for coming through. Jaya. I really appreciate it. I don't want to lie to you. I love you as a brother. We've went through the most. We've grown now, and I appreciate you. I hope you find peace with your siblings. I also have issues with one of my siblings. I understand your story. I don't only have issues with my sibling, but I have issues with my family, you know. Due to circumstances and all that. But I understand your pain. People don't really understand where you're coming from. People always call you when they need money because you're the money man. And I don't want to lie to you. We are the money people. We are blessed. I don't want to lie to you. And one of the reasons why I feel so sad for other siblings is that the fact that they don't want to, they're not willing to listen to you. They're not willing to learn from you. That's what's going to keep them poor. And you can see poverty, literally. I don't care whether your sibling is driving a BMW or what and whatever. This is life. I don't care whether you have a position and all that. Anything can happen at any time. You had a job, you had a proper job, and you lost everything.
Yeah.
Walala pants. So anything can happen.
Empty room, yeah.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank. About Duduzane, they had so much money in the bank, but the authorities, they had to freeze their monies.
And
what happened now?
You look at it.
Yeah,
that's a sign that shows you life, it's bigger than us. Nobody can understand lente bayibiza ukuthi life. Nobody understands it.
Yeah.
So, you know, my brother Nami, I'm humbled.
Yeah.
I'm humbled. And, you know, I would like to thank everyone who's had an impact in life in Yami.
Yeah.
You know, if I would start calling names, I would go the whole day.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful for this platform. I'm grateful for this opportunity, you know, to have someone who's a brother in you. I really appreciate you as my brother and for this platform.
Shout out.
You know, and I know at the end, it's a platform that's still going to open a lot of doors. One thing I know, already they started. You know, so hence, let's not look at them as if we're doing other people a favor. It's not a favor.
It's not a favor.
It works hand in hand.
I mean, like, if it was a favor, dude, like, I would have had the attitude of wanting celebrity people.
Exactly.
I don't really focus on that. But anyway, thank you so much, brother.
Thank you so much for the platform, my brother.
You're looking good. You're looking healthy. May God bless you. Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you, Jay.